for being with us on the Feast of St. Jean-Jugan. Our top story tonight, breaking this afternoon, a judge has ruled that former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick is not competent to stand trial on sexual abuse charges. The 93-year-old suffers from dementia. A medical professional hired by the prosecution found significant defects in McCarrick's memory. The former cardinal was laicized back in 2019 following credible claims of abuse against adults and children. Meantime, the White House responds to natural disasters, including the aftermath of Hurricane Idalia. The storm unleashed life-threatening wind and rain in Florida and in Georgia, and it continues to wreak havoc across the southeast. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, Idalia made landfall this morning as a dangerous Category 3 hurricane. But it's not the only natural disaster making headlines. The White House is still responding to those deadly wildfires in Hawaii.
Video shows the power of Hurricane Idalia. It lashed the Big Bend region of Florida with high surf, wind, and rain.
No!
Floodwaters inundated roads. Power outages are widespread. President Joe Biden already declared a disaster area.
It's moved over land and is now shifted to Category 1, but it is still very dangerous with winds up to 75 miles an hour.
The cleanup and rebuilding could take years, but the White House says it'll help as long as it takes.
And the impacts of this storm are being felt throughout the southeast, even as it moves up the eastern coast of the United States, affecting Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and we have to remain vigilant.
The head of the Federal Emergency Management Agency also provided an update from the White House briefing room.
Our local first responders, the heroes that are out there in those local communities, are doing an amazing job already of going into the areas where people did not evacuate and helping to get them to safety.
President Biden assembled members of his cabinet to assist in the response. They're not only talking about Hurricane Idalia, but also the deadly wildfires in Maui. Crews there have all but finished searching for victims. The number of people who died now stands at 115.
We're doing everything we can to move heaven and earth to help you recover, rebuild, and return to your lives.
Meanwhile, after President Biden met with the president of Costa Rica in the Oval Office Tuesday, I asked President Rodrigo Chavez Robles about his concerns over the ongoing religious persecution in neighboring Nicaragua.
Costa Rica is a country of great freedoms, traditional and well-established freedoms, among which the freedom of worship is extremely respected and entrenched.
Separately tonight, the White House says that Russia is looking to buy artillery shells from North Korea. On a related story, North Korea reportedly test-fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles today. This after the U.S. flew at least 1 long-range bomber to the Korean peninsula in a show of force against the North. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.